Good evening, welcome to Talk Community. Today we've got an AMA with 11. Here to speak about the project is Michael and Greg. So yeah, guys, if we could just maybe go into the core team's background and experience, whether that's crypto or the real world, because you've got the 11 Ultra Club involved here, in the partnership and everything. So we can go into that as we go along too.
Great. Thank you so much for having us on your show. Appreciate it. So yeah, we're down in South Florida. Background is I'm a in real estate developer, hospitality. 11 nightclubs been open for 8 years. It's the highest grossing nightclub per square foot in the world. And we've expanded. We have vodka, we have a hotel, we have condominium, and we're super excited to be doing the 11 Captains Club, our first NFT project, which is a membership into the 11 family.
Yeah, great to be here too. I'm Greg Norman Jr. I come from a sports marketing development operating background with the Greg Norman Company. My father, the professional golfer and entrepreneur, recently got into building crypto companies, NFT companies, in the beginning part of 2021, where I led $50 million in sales, one of them being Links DAO, which is the mission statement to go buy a golf course from the issuance of the NFTs, where then we could have folks be part of the membership who held the NFT or governance of the golf course. And I build the technology arm of projects like this. I'm the CEO of Europa Labs, which is a NFT infrastructure for e-commerce in this world. So I'm very excited to be here working with Michael on 11 Captains Club, as I believe NFTs are entering this new form right now, which is the utility aspect of in real life businesses, from memberships to governance to all number of fun things.
Okay, great. So yeah, if we can just go into the 11 Club, is it a partnership or actually the core team actually own the club and have been running it for a long time?
Yeah, so 11 is a lifestyle brand now that not only, as I mentioned, is the core is the nightclub. We were the first nightclub in the world to accept crypto for payment. Our condominium project was the first development project to accept cryptocurrency through a partnership with FTX, and we've processed 70 of our buyers used cryptocurrency as their deposits, representing over 60 million in condo units, and 3 of those were purchased with ApeCoin also. We bought Bored Ape number 11 as well, so we had been indirect participants in the crypto space through those things, and Miami is quickly becoming a crypto capital of the world. And all of our partners at 11 are investors in crypto and NFTs. So we decided, as we saw NFTs transforming from collectibles to more access, utility, membership, that our in-demand real-life business, where there's a wait anywhere from 2 to 3 hours on the weekend to get in to see a Snoop Dogg, Travis Scott, Tiesto, all people we're having this weekend, in addition to Diplo, Rick Ross also. You can have this and be a member of the 11 Captains Club. It'll be a separate line, a captain's line. There'll be exclusive parties. And it's a very tight-knit community of 1,111 people that will also serve as an alpha group and a mint pass. And yes, it's the partners in the nightclub are all the core of this, but we've added team members. Greg, for example, is part of the crypto team, Horizon Labs, that worked with Yuga Labs on ApeCoin and their Metaverse. Swan Sit, who's helping us with marketing. Gentleman Chris Adamo, who's helping us. So John Massey, who's former creative director at Skechers, who's our creative director. Cooper Sherwin, who is our community manager, also the community manager at Links DAO. So it really takes a village, I'm learning, for these projects, but we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I could add to that, what Michael was saying about the village, coming from a few different projects back in 2021 and leading into this is an existing business, an existing brand with operational wherewithal, experience. This is where I see the big segment of the NFT marketplace going, in the crypto marketplace. I believe what Michael is doing, what we're doing at 11, is going to be the consumerization of crypto. Allow folks to be able to have a digital asset that creates digital scarcity and digital ownership that allows them to have utility in real life. And it's very, very different from an art project, and where you just need an artist and a dev team and a community management team to spin it up and done effectively. That's great. I think that's going to be continuing on to be a big segment of the marketplace. But what 11's doing, what 11 Captains Club doing, is really pioneering how we're re-envisioning membership models for existing businesses. And I just think it's incredibly exciting. Like I said, the consumerization of crypto is right here in front of us.
Yeah, so let's go into the 11 Captains Club. I mean, you're going to get exclusive tickets to events. There's all sorts involved in in real life passes to the 11 Club and pop-ups around the world. So yeah, what's going to be offered to the NFT holder?
I'll jump in there if Michael's not there. So what's going to be available for the 11 Captains Club is this entry into the family of 11. And it goes far beyond just the 11 Ultra Club, which is highly successful and has its own name and reputation, but leading into the rest of the ecosystem, which is 11, which is highly profitable merchandising models, highly profitable and incredibly fast-growing 11 Vodka brand. They have the 11 condos, residences, and soon to be hotel with Deepak Chopra spa and restaurants coming in there. They're building a day club. So it expands far more outside of, and of course the events that are going to be happening across the nation and the world that 11 is going to be putting on as pop-up events. So, one of the big things in the PFP collections out there right now is outside of just the Metaverse community on Discord and Twitter where folks can interact is the eventual meetup of in real life party. Well, 11 is established themselves as one of the premier folks in the industry to be able to host a party, which is, we rub arms and shoulders with the world's beautiful people, celebrities, influencers, entrepreneurs. So it really establishes itself as an entity in a brand in the real life that will coexist with the metaverse by the PFP by the 11 Captains Club NFT.
Yeah, and I'd just like to add to that our first Captain Club event, where 11 is doing a takeover of Resorts World in Las Vegas. So over Memorial Day this year, in just a few weeks, it will be the 11 nightclub, it will be the 11 day club, it will be the 11 hotel taking over Resorts World, and we will have a Captain Club event for our members, for our community, and we're planning on doing those at cities all over the place. So certainly people with a nexus, with a tie to Miami, it's a natural fit. But even if people don't regularly come to Miami, being a Captain Club's member makes a lot of sense. We are planning on doing physical redeemable tokens and sharing with our community NFTs that could be burned and redeemed for merchandise or tickets or different things. And again, this community of 1,111 really amazing individuals. There's going to be celebrities, there's going to be NFT whales, there'll be business titans, male, female, all the above. So I think that's a really great utility, is this group of people that you'll essentially be part of a club with.
Yeah, as Michael was saying about the redeemable tokens that will be allowing folks to access. So that's what we do at Europa Labs. We're very fortunate to be able to have that position, to be able to spearhead what NFT ticketing really looks like on an operational perspective, along with a technology perspective, to be building up this new iteration of re-evolving online ticket sales. And I believe the folks on this call really understand what that means it does for creators and for institutions and for organizations like 11 that are issuing events and doing things like this. 20 to 30% of online ticket sales go to a scalper and go to the secondary market. And that secondary market transaction, that volume, is far removed from the creators and the owners like 11. But with the NFT, due to the on-chain royalties baked into it, the creators will always see upside in that. The operations will always see upside in that. Plus, the folks that are in that ecosystem, the buyers, they get that asset. So it ends up becoming that, the first right to access that mint for that ticket. And then folks can pick and choose what they want to do, which is burn it to redeem it for that ticket, or they can host it or list it on the secondary market and trade that asset if they're not able to come to that event.
Great. And so the captains only events you're going to have as well, and you're going to have the 11 Miami events. I'm wondering how many is going to be each year. If you hold one NFT, how much would you be able to go to the events? Would it be a limited amount each year, or?
No, I would say there should be several events every year, both in Miami and other places, and there won't be on any quantity of the events you could attend. As long as you're in Miami or willing to get in a plane and go where they are, we'll be able to. Everyone will be welcome. Obviously, there'll be some. Capacity limits on occasion, but I think with the advantage of having a 1,111 community is that we can, kind of give those people really great treatment. Much better though if we had like 10,000 person community right off the bat, for example.
What is the capacity of the 11 Club? Ultra Club?
We have it's typically about 2,500 people attend each night, the 11 Club. So 2,500 or so. This weekend, we have F1 going on down here in Miami. So we're going to push that to the limit. It's going to be really a amazing energy. I mean, when you go to 11, the music, the lights, the celebrity, the beautiful people, the energy, the food. It's really an extravagant, upscale, fun, kind of work hard, play hard, live your best life uh, environment. And the other big advantage that 11 has is it's in the 24-hour district of Miami. So it stays open very late. We typically close at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in the morning.
Rock and roll, yeah, definitely. So with the 11 Club, yeah, you've got 2,500 capacity. So would I think there's 1,000 NFT holders is going to be, because you're keeping 111 back for giveaways, rewards, and creators. So would they get sort of VIP access to busy nights at the 11 Club?
Yes, we will have a Captain Club line. So as the line snakes around the block and people are waiting, captains will be able to stroll past them and move to a much shorter line and enter the club in express fashion.
Okay, awesome. And what's the sort of can you give us an idea about, I'm in the UK, but the Ultra Club, how it works on a couple of floors, what sort of music nights and venues you do? You do sort of all sorts of different types of music genres?
Yeah, it's before 2 years ago, 11 was open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We never closed. Things obviously changed the past couple of years. It was closed for a period of time. Thank goodness we're in Florida, and it was one of the first places to kind of get reopened. So we've been back at it for a while, but we're still only 4 days a week, and we unfortunately are closing at 10 or 11 a.m. instead of going 24 hours a day. But while you're at 11, it's a three-story setup. The top floor is a rooftop. There's a full-service restaurant. You're outside, and then inside the club is two-story. There's a mezzanine overlooking the performance area, where either the DJ or where Travis Scott and Snoop Dogg will be performing this weekend, and all different seating. A lot of table kind of for people who want to purchase a table and spend more money. And there's a general admission big portion of people who go up to the bar and walk around the club and whatnot.
Awesome. And will the NFTs allow you to sort of maybe speak to some of the celebrities that do DJ sets there and in the 11 Club?
Yeah, we are planning on having, meetups and different things, providing really exclusive experiences for our community is definitely part of the utility that we're looking at bringing. Things that, you can only experience if you're an 11 Captain Club member.
And so you're going to have an allow list as well for investors for the NFT collectors, and they'll get a chance to mint one of the NFTs a day before the public drop date.
Yes. Yep.
What's the
So
lo-
we're building that list now, and we're starting the list. So I encourage any of you listeners that are interested, visit our website at 11captainsclub.io or our Twitter or our Discord, and there is a link on those to join the allow list.
Great, awesome. And you're planning to merch limited edition product releases as well, and gifts including 11 apparel as well for the NFT holders.
Yeah, we are making merchandise. That's actually the first foray. Like when we looked at each other and we said, "Wow, we have a lifestyle brand." We started selling baseball hats, and we sell millions of dollars annually of baseball hats. And the reason why why people are purchasing these hats at $50 each is because they have an amazing night there, so much fun, and they want to take that emotional experience with them. They go back to another city. Their boss yells at them. Their wife's mean to them, but they remember the night they felt like a king. They wear the 11 hat. It's almost like a badge of honor. So our merchandise and apparel has been a big seller, and it's been really the catalyst for us thinking of this nightclub as a lifestyle brand and expanding it as we had to vodka, to hotels, to condominiums, to audio speakers, and now to NFTs.
Great, and I'm wondering if you're going to maybe do physical hats to go alongside the NFTs for the NFT holders to purchase, or go alongside the NFTs that they.
Absolutely. Every Captain Club member will get a physical redeemable NFT for a Captain Club hat that cannot be acquired any other way than being a Captain Club's. We'll be using Europa Labs, and that will be collector's item in its own right, I think.
And, is the whole collection rare then, or is there a different sort of rarities? Because obviously it's a very limited number, and the offers that they're getting for these events and everything is unique and quite special. So the prices will be very high in the future for resale, maybe of NFTs as well, if people get too old to go clubbing anymore and they can pass them on to their kids or pass them on to someone else. Yeah, so you'll be able to sell the NFTs in the future as well.
Yeah, there is varying rarities. So there's anywhere between 1 and 7 trades on each of the hats. The most rare are either 1 trade or 7 trades, with 5 being the most common. But you'll be able to go to various websites and see where your NFT ranks in terms of rarity. The utility across the collection is standard. It's a one level of utility across a collection, but the artwork and the rarities are part of the collection.
There's none common really, because like I say, I mean, it's an exclusive offer that they're going to get. Is it a lifetime offer? Is that what we're looking at when you purchase these NFTs? You'll be able to use it for many years to come, or is it like a yearly thing, and then you'll mint some new NFTs next year?
It's a lifetime membership to 11. So and 11, as we mentioned, is you know um, approaching 9 years old as an institution in Miami, and it's really a established brand that our community should have confidence will be there through the test of time. And this this we're really looking at providing massive value to our community. We're focused on entering Web authentically, providing value to the community, listening to the community, and hopefully, having everyone be longtime supporters and participants in the 11 family.
Right, and you're planning pop-ups around the world for the NFT holders. I'm wondering where you're looking to go. You in the future, like over to Europe and the States. And,
Well, talking to you, I'm thinking London soon. Now that I hear that accent, we got to get over to London pretty soon.
mine's not quite a London accent, and Manchester in the north of England. But yeah, I get what you mean. Or would you look to go to sort of exclusive places like Monaco and Cairns, places like that?
All places we're considering, and certainly places we hope to be at soon.
Okay, awesome. And are you looking with making celebrity partnerships as well with the NFTs and the project?
Yep. Our community should expect that there will be celebrities as part of the community. We have a number on the allow list, and a number that we expect to be part of the community. Yes.
Okay, great. And you said the 11 Club accepts crypto. What type of crypto do they accept? And are you planning a token after the NFTs as well in the future, linked to the 11 Club?
Yeah. So 11 Club accepts Bitcoin. Our processor in the nightclub processes Bitcoin. At the hotel and residences, the condominium where we're selling in the partnership with FTX, we accept any crypto on their platform, which is currently over 100 different cryptos, all the big ones in the top 100, basically. So expansive list there. And we've been getting buyers using a wide variety of them. And using it, and being very happy. We are working with Horizon Labs, as I mentioned, that did the ApeCoin and works with Yuga Labs. So there's a lot of exciting things that we're contemplating in the future that we think this is going to really be a 20, 30, 40 year kind of venture into Web3. And big plans, but first things first, we need to make sure the 11 Captains Club is the strongest community it could be, and we deliver great utility to our community.
Great. And so how would investors get involved with minting the NFTs, and what's the sort of costs associated with? I mean, you're offering a lot of lifetime sort of for the events and everything, captains only events and all sorts, hotel and residences. So would they be able to stay overnight for free if they own these NFTs as well?
Yeah. Greg, I'll let you jump in there. You take this one.
Yeah, so first and foremost, just want to define it. This is a product we're releasing out to the marketplace. It's not an investment vehicle. This is just a membership to the 11 ecosystem, okay? So with that, so we will have access to the club, as we said. We will have access to redeemables through whether it be merch or 11 Flocka. But we've already issued out some really fun, exciting contests where folks have gotten all expense paid trip to Miami to have a fun night in a hotel and have a fun night at the club, and that went off really well. So we envision, something along the lines in the future where folks will be able to have, the Miami experience, to be able to go to not just the Best Ultra Club, but experience Miami through and through. I don't know how many people are on this phone call right now, but Miami is quickly becoming the hub of crypto within the United States, and it's fascinating to watch. Mike and I both come from Miami. We've seen its development, and it's really encouraging to see what's happening here, how much capital is flowing in here, how much human capital is here. And I know we're talking right in the middle of a massive crash in the crypto markets, but I'm so encouraged about what's happening here with Miami, with 11, with with crypto in general, because I get to see and experience so many people flooding down here and experiencing the growth of Miami, but the growth of crypto, the growth of NFTs. I think it's just a really exciting time right now. We'll get through this. We'll get through the bear market. We'll go back to the bull market. But like I said in the start of this, the NFT ecosystem is primed right now. And while a lot of them are complete BS out there, it's going to go into where we are going right here with 11. It's going to go into where professional teams, docs teams with existing businesses and massive brands supporting it are pushing it, are encouraging it, are incentivizing the adoption of crypto through these NFT platforms because of what it can offer just from the business perspective and, of course, from the consumer perspective that allows everyone to have a gigantic amount of upside on all ends of the spectrum, not just be buying products and experiencing what the service has to offer, but participants in the ecosystem. And sorry, I went on a little bit, Michael, but that's where I get really encouraged about what's happening here at 11, and not just being a participant in the development of 11 Miami, 11 Captains Club, but participant of where we're going with NFTs, where we're going with crypto through this medium.
I mean, how are you sort of, these NFTs could be worth a huge amount of money, with the lifetime 11 Club membership and all sorts of other benefits to holding the NFTs. I'm wondering, how are you going to stop sort of people just buying to flip them for a huge profit? They could be worth 50, 100,000 plus, like the Bored Apes in the future. And are you looking for sort of long-term holders that would actually come to the club, or how are you sort of protecting? I mean, you can't really. I mean, are they able to sell the next day after on OpenSea, or?
Michael, you want me to take that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so basically, that's the thing about Web3. Folks are going to be able to do what they want to do with their asset. If they want to come in there and flip it immediately, that's their prerogative, that's their initiative. But they're going to very much find how much attention, how much capital, both financial and intellectual capital, is behind a project like 11 Captains Club, where the goal is to give these members as much as possible from access into the 11 ecosystem, which will have far more value than the typical membership of, say, the Soho House, which is, Michael would know this better than me, but call it $2,500, where you have to participate or purchase that and redo that every year. Participant in a member of multiple golf clubs, where you have the big asking price, but you have to do a yearly dues every year, where you're constantly feeding out more and more capital to be a member of that ecosystem. So whether it's from 11 Captains Club or to country clubs, holding the asset of the NFT allows you to have that one-time purchase, but the asset will appreciate over time as the development constantly happens. And it completely flips the model on its head from a business perspective, because as folks do trade, and as they would, the on-chain royalties, or the royalties generated from the trading volume, is cash flow to supplement the business operations needed. So it's this beautiful flip of the business model on its head from my perspective, that everyone really can see and gain value over time because of the way the infrastructure, the way the technology is set up. So think about this. You spend an ungodly amount of time building up airline miles and points, and of course money to build up those points and miles. Say I'm an American Airlines participant because I hold the gold status or the diamond status, whatever it is. What if happens you decide you want to go to Delta? You can't. The miles kind of lock you in to the system. If those were NFTs, dynamic fluctuating NFTs, like what the 11 Captains Club will be, means your prerogative to do what you want to do with it. And I think that's a beautiful thing we're leading into right now.
Okay, great. And the allow list for investors and NFT collectors, is so many going to be done that way, and then you'll have some for the public drop date as well, or could they all be snapped up before it goes public?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's
Go for it.
no. We anticipate it's all going to be gone on the allow list date. There is a tremendous demand for this, since it's really one of the first in demand in real life businesses that's pursuing this membership model. And we've had some great interest, and we have great people in the community. So I think it will be snapped up by the allow list date.
Yeah, I thought so as well. Yeah, they're going to get snapped up really quick because the the utility around it and everything is amazing for NFT holders. Yeah, definitely. But I'm just wondering about people being grumpy and how many are going to be allowed on the allow list. If it's 5,000 and people are going to be squabbling, but I suppose they'll have to buy a higher price in the market. Whoever
Yeah,
goes to sell that gets in. Yeah.
Glenn, it is, we didn't talk about the costs of it. So it is a 3 Ethereum purchase, which is higher than the typical mint. But as we've been talking about the utility, as we talk about the lifetime membership and paying, 5,000 typically for some of these private clubs annually, without the opportunity to sell it in the future and make money, we see it as tremendous value. I know a lot of our community members that visit the club, live in Miami, that are not NFT holders think this is tremendous value, super cheap. Some people in the NFT community feel like it's on the expensive side. So there will be a mix of people. I know we know we're going to deliver tremendous value to our community, but it is a 3 Ethereum, so we won't get everybody that collects NFTs because it is on the expensive side.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, definitely be a huge demand there. But you are keeping 111 to one side for giveaways, rewards, and the creators. So I'm wondering how are you going to give away the 111? Will that be in the sort of Discord going forward, and for rewards as well?
Absolutely. Yep. I think through Discord, Twitter, we'll be running various contests. So I encourage everyone to, keep checking in Discord, Twitter, see what seems we're always running some contests these days and giving something away. So we encourage everyone to participate.
Great. And then what's the marketing plan after they've sold out all the NFTs? What's happening going forward? I've mentioned like the celebrity partners, and yeah, how are you going to get the name out there? And are you actually going to attach a token to it in the future then as well for investors?
We're I gotta say, we are thinking about all the different prospects. I think that in the nightlife space, a lot of people are really interested in Web3 because the power of community, of having your customers feel like more participants, owners of the experience, owners of this. So we're diving in first, but there's a lot of our friends that are in the hospitality business also that are looking at exploring something like this. So we expect other nightlife venues to come in, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a fungible token, as part of the ecosystem.
Right, and let's open it up to the rest of the team. If anyone's got any questions for the 11 team here, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Glenn. I've been listening in, and I love the way you guys are going about it. You're already established, and you're onboarding the crypto. This is what I love to see. Real businessmen with plans, with already have achieved success, that decided to come on board and give the space a try and see what it's all about. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a advantage of the fact that you guys are here and you have all this experience, and I want to ask you, like, what was sort of the driving factor that made you say yes? Okay, we will do NFTs. Sure, we'll do it in a very strategic way, right? Where you're offering lifetime memberships, and I suspect you already had some legal advice already, as you've hinted towards like these are memberships and all that. So you do have a pretty solid plan on how you're gonna go about it. But I am curious, what was the driving factor? Is it somebody in the team that was super passionate that made you say yes, let's do it? Was it purely a strategic move from coming from some research, or what's the story behind that? Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks so much for that question. It's been very organic actually, because when we started accepting crypto in the club, when we started accepting at the condo, when we bought Bored Ape, we really attracted the crypto investor VC into our ecosystem. They visit our club. They spend money with us. They trust us. And we, you know, always like being first. We're the first, branded nightclub to do a hotel, first branded nightclub, a condominium. We have a vodka that is selling like crazy over here. So we like to push the limits as a partnership group. So I think this was all of us kind of coming together and saying, let's do this. Now, we did not understand what a big lift it was, how much work and how a whole village is needed to go in this. The marketing is dramatically different. For our in real life businesses, we use Instagram and press releases. This is all Discord, Twitters, AMAs, and things like that. But we're learning so much. We're having so much fun doing it. Everyone is so collaborative in the Web3 space and really wants to help. And, it feels just very organic and natural. And we're really excited. And we do have good advice. We hired a firm called Fenwick. They're in the West Coast, one of the top technology and crypto attorneys. So, yes, they're advising us also. But thank you for the question.
Yeah, that is a great question. Just to my perspective, beginning part of 2021, that was when NBA Top Shot did its thing, and I'm sure a lot of people know how successful that was. And being from the sports world that I am from, I got to hear the internal rumblings in conversations of a lot of very influential folks asking questions what this NFT business is. And I've been involved with crypto for a long time, and I've never heard them talk about Ethereum, what Ethereum could do, or what Bitcoin could do, or what any other type of protocol could do. But this is when they started really, raising eyebrows and asking their analysts to do a deep dive into it. And so I knew there was something happening here, something that was fundamentally different for businesses to connect with their customers on a wholly different level. So I knew I had to jump into it. Like I told earlier, that I got involved with LinkStyle, and to see how that happened from 0 to 18 days, where folks got behind a cause like it is to go buy a golf course. That was extremely fascinating to watch. And then to get partnered up with Michael and the 11 team that's been so ingrained organically with crypto for such a long time, that saw the opportunity it is to be a first mover advantage, to take the opportunity which it is to launch a membership token, the access token as an NFT to their ecosystem. It was too beautiful of an opportunity to do it. And I think that the folks that are associated right now internally with 11, building it out the effective way, not trying to do anything that's, everything about 11 Captain's Club right here is built by individuals that want to see this organically grow for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, because we're such deep believers in what this all could do for future business between the customer business relationship.
You know what? I love it, and I love that you guys are paying attention to this sort of stuff, because for me that just speaks to a level of agility that just comes from experience, from being successful in a business, from driving forward something that you love, right? And I know that behind the scenes it's not as fun as people see it. You know, some people just see, oh, this is a funny picture and it gives me super cool benefits, right? Well, it's not as simple as that, you know. There's a lot of work behind the scenes and going into that, and I love that you guys are really trying to push this forward for everybody, you know. And I'm also curious because some people are familiar with the clubs and everything, and you did mention rubbing shoulders with a lot of sort of influential people, and I'm curious if you've brought this to them or even hinted at it or talked to them about it, and how did they take it? Are they do they see this as sort of a fad, as something that's maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be get bad, or do they see like the true value that you guys really have decided to accept?
Yeah, we have a lot of celebrities, influencers, athletes in our ecosystem. So we are talking to all of them about it and wanting to bring them into our community. We found that those that are in the NFT space currently are extremely excited about this and all on board. The individuals that haven't yet purchased an NFT are interested. We have a concierge set up that onboards people to NFTs, but they're more unlikely not to go through the process of opening a Coinbase account and then opening the MetaMask and moving it. A lot of them have said, "Where can I send my credit card?" And we say, unfortunately, it's a little more involved than that. But I think there'll be a good amount of celebrities, mainly ones that are already NFT holders.
Yeah, I love it, and I do relate to the sentiment. I know it can be sort of an uphill battle for onboarding crypto and trying to also educate them, and then bringing creating some knowledgeable DeFi users is always our end goal. You know, we try to educate people as much as possible, and show them that there are some things that have a little bit more value than others. And I'm not going to take too much more of your time, but I'm curious about one more thing. I think you did mention about the minting costs and whatnot, and you decided to keep it at 3 ETH. That's okay, I feel. But with the level of exclusivity and with the level of value that you're providing, I would argue that some people would consider that even cheap. So what made you decide on this price? And is it a fixed price, or are you still looking at sort of how people perceive it, and we'll go from there?
It is a fixed price. It is 3 Ethereum. And what we feel like it's a low price too. I got to tell you the truth. We think it's a great price, but we want to deliver value to our community. It's more important to us that the community is delivered value, and nothing would make us happier than seeing the floor price appreciate significantly, and having people in the community who trusted in us, who believe that this 11 ecosystem and NFT project was worth their dollars and worth their money, and we'd love for it to go up.
Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that you guys are open to it, and you did mention and are keeping it transparent that you are learning a lot of new things as it go on. And sure, today it's a exclusivity pass and an all-inclusive service, but what's to say that this cannot evolve into something a lot more, because there are so many opportunities and so many ways to onboard to crypto, and with all the new possibilities out there, I can really see this as being super lucrative, not just for you as a business, but also for the general investor, and for people to see that this gap is no longer as wide as it used to be. Like, it could be as easy as downloading an app, owning an NFT, and there you have it. It's a multi-pass. It's a full access pass to some, I don't know, backstage events or anything like that, private parties, and I think this is where the real value comes in. Just bridging the gap, bringing people into the space and showing them that it's real. It's not just pixels. It's something that real businesses and real people that build super cool things for all of us and are super engaged with society, are really thinking about. So I think you guys are building something super cool. And yeah, I'm not gonna take any more of your time. No more ass licking. Glenn can go to some community questions. But thank you so much for being here with us today. It really speaks volume to where the space is heading.
Really do appreciate that question. That was fun. But you're right. We're at early days of all of this. What this potential where this can go is limitless. So it's going to be very, very fun to build this out with not just our internal folks, but alongside us with the community. And that's what's so important about this, because you could literally evolve the product in real time in your community, which is so powerful. Well, thank you for the question.
Awesome. Yeah. I do have one more question, then we can open it up to investors. I'm wondering if you're looking to go into the metaverses like Decentraland, buy some land there and make a virtual 11 club. Since the pandemic, not everyone wants to meet face to face, and you could have like celebrity DJs and musicians joining, a virtual 11 club in the future, and you could do an NFT series around the avatars, as well as obviously these lucky 1,111 people that will get the NFTs. Have you thought down that avenue in the future as well?
Yeah, we have thought a lot about that avenue, and we're of the opinion that metaverses are almost like cities.
Should we,
Michael?
We lost him there. Wait for him to come back on for a second. But as he was saying, yes, as metaverses are like cities, and right now we're at the early days of them. But Michael is and his team they literally develop cities. So we're sitting in a pretty good position right now to look at. There he is. Is he back?
Yeah.
Michael.
So yes. So we have a amazing parcel in the other side that we got right next to the Bored Ape Palace. It's directly adjacent to it. We're getting wild offers for it. So we're planning on building an 11 on the other side and looking at other ones for sure.
That's great for investors, yeah. Like I say, people can just join in a virtual party, buy an NFT avatar maybe in the future and party away in the comfort of their own home, and people are a bit afraid, to meet in real life sometimes if they've not been vaccinated or whatever. But so that's another avenue to go down, because metaverse is going to be huge in the future. And I asked because some projects have been buying land up in Decentraland and Bored Apes, like you say, just started their land sales. So you bought some land, did you say, over there at Bored Apes? Yeah.
We actually claimed land through owning a Bored Ape, and the land that we claimed is one of the best parcels. So we're really excited.
What a huge 11 club in there, and and expand going forward, which will be great for the NFT price in the future as well. It is a virtual 11 for people to club in as well, and super exciting. Let's move over to investor questions now, guys. Okay, let's see. Syed, you had a question for the 11 team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you. How you doing, Syed?
Yeah, great. Okay, so I was wondering that maybe have you thought of allowing the fractional ownership of the NFTs to the two owners, so that two friend or family member can own a single NFT and enjoy the perks rather than only one owner, or only one of them can have access to it at a single time? Have you thought of that?
Mike, would you like me to take that?
Yep, that would be great.
Of course. No, so we're not going to do fractionalization of that NFT. We're not going to do rental programs of that NFT, even though there are some fantastic programs and protocols out there to do it. We just feel like the value we're already giving folks for this is tremendous enough. So we don't want to devalue that by allowing folks to lend it out or to fractionalize it out. But the 11 Captains Club will be able to, as we talked about earlier, be able to mint redeemable tickets for folks to be able to come along with them. So if they're coming to the club that night, they'll be able to, say, mint tickets early and be able to have those to their folks and friends, and they'll be able to come along with them to be able to bypass that 2 to sometimes 3 hour wait in line and be able to use the fast pass and come on in.
Got it. Thank you for clearing that up. Okay, moving to my next question. So on your white paper, I have read that NFT owners will have access to the hotels and restaurant for exclusive events. So I was wondering that are you in talk with any hotels and restaurants to allow the NFT owners to have exclusive access to these events in their hotel?
Yeah, well, we're developing a hotel. It's under construction in downtown Miami. It's the 11 hotel residences, 65 stories, 375 rooms. And it's going to have 4 restaurants in there by some of the best hospitality brands in the country. It's also going to have a 20,000 foot day club. That's a daytime party around a pool. It's going to have a large sports bar where we could watch Manchester United and other great matches, and a recording studio, a lounge, a rooftop bar. So those will all be part of the ecosystem as well.
Okay, got it. So I was going through your Twitter page and I've read that you are giving away 4 tickets to join this GAN pre-opening ceremony. So I was wondering that is this competition done or is still ongoing?
That event is tonight in Miami. It's the opening party of Formula One. So I believe that if you're here in Miami, certainly you could possibly attend. I don't know, Greg, do you know if that's still running or whether we close it? I'm sure we have to close it soon as people need to make their plans for tonight.
I believe it's closed, but I'll check on that. I'll ask while we're still online here so I can confirm. 1 second.
I'm not in Miami, was just curious about that's why I asked.
Yeah, I believe it's closed also, but it's one example of the perks that we'll offer to the community. 11 is has a lot of relationships and a lot of collaborations with different people and things like that. For tickets to the opening party with Kygo, for F1, a super exclusive, amazing events, and we'll give our community things like that.
Got it. Yeah, final question. So I was just curious that who is the artist behind the creation of these NFTs?
That is our good friend and partner, John Massey, and his team. He worked with some people that do work for Pixar and DreamWorks, and they did this generative collection. Really paying homage to the baseball hat. As I said, we sell millions of dollars a year. So John Massey, amazing artist, person, is the man behind the artwork.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Over to you, Glenn.
So the questions, Syed. Let's see. Dennis, you had a question for the 11 team. Go ahead.
Yeah, Glenn, thank you so much. Actually, I have a couple of the questions. So I read on your FAQ that friends or family can't use the NFT because NFT is intended for the person that purchased it. So I was wondering, how will you keep track of every NFT holder? I mean, how will you determine that who is the real owner of the NFT apart from just a wallet address? Even if you do KYC, then people can just send the NFT from one wallet to another wallet. meaning that I can send my NFT to my brother's wallet so he can use it for the events, and later on he can give it back to me. So how would you deal with this issue?
Yeah, that's a great question. So basically, if you're saying that, Venice, if you're saying if you have your brother, but you minted the 11 Captains Club and you want to send it to him for him to use the utility, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's your NFT, it's your asset, and it's your prerogative to do what you want to do with it. If you want to run that risk of sending him that NFT, which could be minting at 3 ETH, so it's going to be expensive. You could do that. That's the beauty of Web3. There's no walled garden. There's no guardrails. There's no nothing like that. It's your assets, your prerogatives, your membership to risk. So that's on you.
Yeah, the reason behind I asked this question because on your website I read under the FAQ section that friends and family can't use the NFT because NFT is intended for the person that purchased it. So I was curious, how would you track the record? So you answered it, and it's now clear. And so I have another question. As you have different kind of passes, I was wondering if you organize an event for which only 100 people with IRL pass can participate, but there are more than 100 people with IRL pass. So, how would you determine which IRL pass holders will be given priority for this specific event?
For the access to the event,
Yeah, for the access to the event, I mean, there are various passes as mentioned on your website and white paper. Yeah.
oh,
So
I
if
understand what you're saying. Sorry, I apologize. I understand what you're saying now. So, say, let's take, for example, the 11 Miami Club. There is a quota. There's a total maximum amount of folks that are allowed in that building per fire code. So we have to determine how many folks are allowed in there at the gated operations. So even if you're 11 Captains Club holder, it's still gonna be a first come first serve basis. You get to jump the queue and not have to wait in line, but you still cannot go in that building unless someone comes out if it's at maximum capacity. It's a first come first serve type experience. And to give you kind of a case study or framework how it worked, last year at the NFT NYC, Bored Ape Yacht Club, who has well more members than we'll ever have. They have, the current just the OG collection has what 6,000 people or so. Their boat that they hired could not hold that many people, so they had to do a first come first serve basis, regardless of how long you've been in there, regardless of how expensive your NFT is. You still had to be on you, be accountable for notifying the venue that you wanted to come, just like you notify the venue that you're coming that night to be able to allocate a position or be able to get there in line and be able to get in when you are at the club. So it is a first come first serve basis type of thing.
Okay, that's awesome. And I also read about token gated access to private areas of Discord. So, could you please tell us what will be there in those private areas of Discord and what are its benefits?
Yeah, sure, of course. So we're all familiar with that. How if you hold the NFT, you get certain access to channels within the server. Inside those, you'll be able to talk with other exclusive holders of that NFT and only them, so the general public won't be allowed outside. Thus, folks interior can discuss amongst themselves whatever they want to talk about that they don't want other folks to know about, or they want to figure out themselves internally, whether it be alpha, whether it be whitelist opportunities, other projects, whether it be community meetup opportunities, like say, hey, folks, we're going to all go to the club tonight. Come join us, and we'll try to get in ourselves. That's up to their prerogative to do that. That's up to their channel to do. Maybe we'll have, myself or Michael or other folks who are participants of that Captains Club be able to come in and have chats, AMAs, discuss opportunities or discuss life, whatever you want within that channel. A part of that will also be token gated access to be able to say go on to the 11 Miami the 11 Miami website, where only 11 Captain Club holders will be able to gain access to the event calendar, where they'll be able to mint tickets to that event prior, so they can hold that allocation in place for themselves, or they have allocations to say merchandise or products coming out from 11 that only those NFT holders will be able to get to, and our technology will be able to verify those individuals by when they connect their wallet, our contracts to be able to see if they hold that NFT or not, and then gain them access to those areas in the server or on the website.
Okay, that's great. And I have one more question. As you also have plans for the merchandises, I'm curious to know, will there be NFTs for which real hats are available, and holders of these NFTs can also get the physical copy of those hats as well?
You're speaking my language now. Yeah, so this is what I do at Europa Labs. So Europa Labs builds out the NFT infrastructure for proof of burn redeemable technology. Basically, if you wanted to go get a hat, you'd be able to go mint an NFT, which then you'd be able to hold that NFT, that asset. You'd then be able to choose whether you want to trade it, hodl it, or burn it to receive that physical in the back to your door. So Europa Labs uses proof of burn technology, proprietary technology that uses zero knowledge rollups. So your wallet won't be doxxed. So when you input your shipping address, it won't be connected to your crypto wallet, which is really fun, new, innovative technology, which is zero knowledge rollups. So yes, the answer is yes. Whether it's a hat, whether it's a shirt, whether it's other products or tickets within the 11 ecosystem, those will be NFTs that will be those assets that you could choose to whether hold or burn to redeem for the physical or that service.
Okay, that's some. You really have great NFTs and really good plans for your project. So, good luck and thank you so much for answering all my questions.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
So let's move on to Aisha. You had a question for the 11 team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, I was curious that will it be necessary for the NFT owner to be KYC'd to be able to avail all the perks NFT is offering and having access to private 11 captions events?
We have no plan of requiring KYC. To be honest, we have not even really discussed it very much. So there is no intention of requiring KYC for people.
And the reason behind that, to answer it from a put my liability hat on here, these aren't investment vehicles. This is not an investment. This is a product from 11 to our future customers. So if it was an investment, then we'd have to KYC, but this is not. This is a product. This is for membership to the 11 ecosystem.
Okay, got it. I've seen your amazing 11 Captions Club NFTs. They're really amazing. Uh, so I was wondering that are these NFTs 3D or they are 2D?
They were created in 3D, and the images that people will receive are 2D. So 2D, it will be in your wallet as a 2D image. And yes, the NFTs are great. The 11 Club itself, I don't know how many of you have been there, is really the star of the show. Is exceptional. Is really a truly unique experience that I know we went into, but is redefining nightlife in a lot of ways. So thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. You mentioned that these 11 Captain Club NFTs are unique, and I also read that some are rare than others. So it got me thinking that will users be able to mint NFT of their own liking, or they will be minting random NFT?
Yeah, that's right. It'll be fully randomized. Our amazing creative director, John Massey, wrote a beautiful algorithm, a beautiful script to basically spin out multiple millions of different iterations and variations of that artwork, that hat, with different traits from a few to 7. And we'll use a verifiable random function on chain to completely make it random, to allocate that artwork to that token ID. So we will not know what artwork is going to be spun out until the reveal day, which is very exciting.
Understood. Okay, well, last question from my side. Okay, I want to know that will there be any limit on number of NFTs minted per wallet?
Yeah, we are limiting the number to 1 NFT per wallet. We're looking at really growing our community. That's one of the big inspirations for the project, of getting in this 1,111 individuals, and really want a strong, diverse, broad community. So 1 per wallet.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you for answering my questions.
Great questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's move to Western Beast. Do you have questions for the 11 team?
Hi guys, thanks a lot, Glenn. You guys have some very great looking hats. I like the one with the crown especially. Here's my question.
No, we lost you, Western Beast.
Okay, can you hear me now? Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Hello. All right. My question, a lot of my questions are already been asked. So here is the particular question I had. On YouTube, I saw a jacket that was an NFT, a real life NFT, and their integration was that they used the chip that recognizes that jacket to that particular NFT. Now, do you intend to integrate this kind of technology into your hats? For example, I make a purchase of an NFT. I would like to say, show it off that, yeah, I'm actually a member of the 11 Club. I have to show off my prestige to my friends. And my friends will say, oh, no, that's not true. What kind of proof will I give them? Do you intend to put that chip into the, say, a real life similar hat, so that, yeah, my friends are going to scan that chip with maybe an NFC or something, and they say, oh yeah, he's actually really a member of the 11 Club because of this proof of concept? That's my first question.
Wow, that is a great question. So I am definitely looking into that type of technology very deeply right now, and there's very few out there doing it effectively, but the concept is sound, that you can verify proof of ownership on chain of a physical product in real life. Now, I've seen some downsides and seen some upsides. I think we're at extremely early stages of that, where it's going. And I always get hesitant when hardware has to get involved with this, because hardware can be broken, it could be stolen, it could do all these number of different things. So I'm honestly very interested about where that space is going and how it's going to evolve. I just think it's really, really early days right now.
All right. In China, there is actually this kind of grade level of NFTs, or rather asset properties. For example, I heard that the minimum is say 3 ETH for minting. What if I choose to pour more ETH, for example, say 12 ETH? Does that increase my chances of getting a rare NFT?
No, it wouldn't. So we will do 1 transaction per wallet with a cap of 3 ETH for that transaction, and you cannot buy more NFTs or inject more ETH into that transaction in order to try to make a rarer NFT, if that makes sense.
All right, cool. Still speaking of the show off, is there going to be, like, say, a meet where how do I put it, say a virtual meet where the price of my NFTs, or rather, do you intend to enter into a metaverse?
I think we lost you again there, Western Beast. You there?
All right. Would you intend to integrate into a metaverse where I get to wear the NFT as an avatar? Say, I want to host with a meet with my friends. I go in as an avatar into the NFT club or the NFT party with that my particular hat as the NFT.
Oh, that's very cool. So you see my avatar there where I got the hat on my ape?
Yeah,
Can you
that's a cool avatar.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So we don't know. I mean, we're just exploring these options right now, as Michael alluded to. That 11 ape actually got the 11 claim of land right next to the center of the universe of the other side. So there's a lot of fun we're gonna do there, and that's a great suggestion you just had right there. That the your avatar can cap up and enter the metaverse. But there's a lot of work in order to get there. I'm sure everyone knows here that building out a video game or building out a lifelike environment within the metaverse takes an exorbitant amount of work. And we're at early days right now. Yuga has a gigantic war chest of capital in order to build out what I hope is going to be a World of Warcraft like experience. But I think we're very, very far away from that right now. But without a doubt, Western Beast, that was a phenomenal suggestion to do.
All right, cool. I'm looking at keeping an eye on its project. Over to you, Glenn. Thanks a lot for the answers.
Hey, thanks for the questions, Western Base. That's great. Yeah. Let's see. Nida, you had a question for the 11 team. Go ahead. Nida? No, let's move to Dave Simon. You had a question for the 11 team. Go ahead.
Yo, hello Glenn, how you doing?
Hey, David, how you doing?
I'm cool. Okay, yeah. So my question is like as simple as my question is so why is your blockchain on Ethereum? Why is it not on BSC?
Why your question? Just want to make sure. Why is the NFT on Ethereum and not Binance Smart Chain or Solana?
Yes,
Yeah.
bro.
So I believe, and I believe the majority of folks in our ecosystem, developer ecosystem, knows and believes that Ethereum is the gold standard for NFTs. We build in the space. We build EVM or Ethereum virtual machine compatible products. So we can build on Avalanche or Polygon or any of those that are compatible with EVM, but Ethereum is where the world is being built at right now. From the amount of developers here, the amount of capital, the amount of intellectual capital, social capital, financial capital, Ethereum is the center of the universe for NFTs and the gold standard right now. So that's where the majority of the community is. That's where we're building at.
Okay, yeah, thanks. And secondly, you have implemented a very interesting system to obtain NFT. That's good. But you know that overproduction of these assets leads to their devaluation and market destruction. So how will you manage to maintain a balance between production and demand of NFTs to avoid problems?
The demand between NFTs and the supply, is that what you're asking?
Yes, to avoid problems.
I'm sorry, it's hard for me to hear you, David.
Okay, should I repeat the question again?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah. You have implemented a very interesting system to obtain NFT. That's really good. But you know that overproduction of these assets leads to their devaluation and market destruction. So how will you manage to maintain a balance between production and demand of NFTs to avoid these problems?
Oh, got it. So so if I could understand that question correctly, is that the production of the NFT versus the demand? Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's asking a bit of a silly question, really, because there's only 1,111 NFTs with great, exclusivity into all sorts of areas, and so that answers his question, really. So we can maybe move on to someone else. Yeah, let's see. Legendary Astro, you had a question. Go ahead. Astro? No. Regarding the last question, he's sort of saying, if you had like 100,000 NFTs, but there's a limited edition, there's massive supply and demand. I can imagine these are going to sell out very fast, and so it's not really a question. Maybe some people come in and later on in the AMA and not been listening into what's actually happening with the project and just ask a question that's not really applicable to the AMA. Nida has his hand up. Nida, you had a question?
Yeah, if I could expand on that, David, if you're still listening, you would never want to increase the supply of that current collection to accommodate any demand, because that would destroy the value and destroy the integrity of that community that holds that collection. So the supply would always have to remain fixed regardless of demand.
Guys, meaning, we're planning to mint like tens of thousands into the club in the future, and it would dilute the value of the 1,111 NFTs. Right, so that's all the questions, guys. 11. It's been great speaking to you. Maybe we can do a recap for investors that have joined in the middle of the AMA. If you missed the first half, we can do a recap over the NFT series and what's happening with the project. That'd be great, guys.
Yeah, sure. So myself, Greg Norman Jr., along with Michael Simpkins, are launching the 11 Captains Club, which is the membership access token to the 11 ecosystem, which encompasses everything from 11 Miami, which is per square foot the most profitable and the most popular nightclub, ultra club in the world. 11 is also doing the 11 residences, hotels, and condos, which is one of the fastest to sell out in history. That's being built soon, along with a day club, Deepak Chopra Spa. It's also going to have 4 restaurants. They also have the 11 Vodka, which is the fastest growing vodka in Florida right now, about to expand out to other territories. They have the merchandise, 11 merchandise and brand, which accounts for multiple millions of dollars a year in revenue, along with events too. So 11 is hosting an event over Memorial Day weekend in Vegas. So that 11 Captains Club will get you access to that entire ecosystem, because you become a member, a family member of the 11 brand, 11 ecosystem. So we're minting at the end of this month. There will be a total of 1,111 in the total supply. The price will be 3 Ethereum for that. It will be most likely sold out via the allow list. We still have some opportunities to get on that allow list. If you want to join our Discord, you want to join our Twitter, that's 11 Captains Club. And it's very exciting, as this is the expansion and evolution of NFTs in real life in front of us.
We always say to investors in the AMAs, it's for educational purposes. Do your own research. Check out the website, white paper, and the Telegram community, or Discord. That's your main channel, Discord, I think. Do you have a Telegram channel as well, guys?
No Telegram channel. Twitter and Discord are our mediums right now, but the Discord's currently closed down for our OG folks inside already. They're participants from day one, but our Twitter is open. You can learn more about us from there. We're going to be hosting more and more spaces. Absolutely correct about that. Please do your own research into the project. This is not an investment. This is a product from the 11 ecosystem, something that will allow you to access and become part of the family.
Great. Well, it's been great speaking to you guys. The socials are there for the investors in the main chat. Anyone listening back to the recording, we can get you safely over to the official Discord channel. Check out the website and what's happening with 11 project. It seems really amazing to me. It's going to sell out really fast. It's going to be a great success, I think. But like I say, it's up to you whether you want to invest. I mean, I want to get one of these NFTs, but you'd have to get on the allow list, and if you're lucky, you might get one of the first 1,111 NFTs in the project. So thanks very much for coming, guys. I think we've got Spin the Wheel as well for 6 lucky winners, $50 each as well tonight. So I don't know if